Hey everyone, it's Ornella Hernandez with Web3 TV, and I'm in Paris at Paris Blockchain Week. It is day 2. I'm sitting down here with Sonia, who is the president at CoinW. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Rina?
I'm well. Yeah, it's great to talk to you again. We spoke up on stage a little earlier. Now I'm glad to get a one-on-one with you. I wanted to ask, is this your first time at Paris Blockchain Week?
Personally, yes. For the company, this is the second year we're here.
Okay, and how do you find it so far? Are you liking it, or what's going on?
I like the vibe in here. Very, very good. I mean, you will see a lot of European-focused Web3 companies, projects, even regulators, they're all here. And then there are quite a lot of interesting discussion in here. So especially this year is a bit of like the market coming back. And then you definitely see more things happening in this part of the world.
Definitely. Would you say that we are already in the bull market, or are we still getting there? We still have some time.
I mean, I can be biased because I'm in the industry, but definitely this is the bull market. I mean, maybe the beginning, from my perspective and then from the company perspective, we see the volume pick up, we see more new users coming in, and then it's definitely, and then the next thing is more funds coming in, and then so I would believe this is the beginning of bull market. Still a lot to go.
Okay, so let's talk more about CoinW then. It's an exchange, correct? But I know that you guys are working on some new things. So if you could tell us exactly what it is and what the vision is behind the company.
We're a centralized exchange, and I always like to describe the business as Web 2.5 because we are a centralized exchange that facilitates transactions for users to get access to cryptocurrency. And then so globally, we have more than 10 million registered users, and then been around for 7 years actually. We established back in 2017. So we have been around quite a bit of like up and downs and a few bull and bears. So we've seen it all. A lot of things happened in the last 7 years. But overall, we're so glad to be here. We're still here, strong, stand strong. And then after, a lot of things happened. So in terms of the company vision, we, like I mentioned, we're the easiest gateway for usual normal people to come through the cryptocurrency world because on-chain DEX, it can be quite daunting when it comes to normal like non-crypto people.
The normies.
Yeah, I mean, centralized exchange is definitely one of the key players for grassroots adoption, and then so we've seen the rate of increase adoption coming from mostly emerging markets. And then those markets that, the knowledge and education infrastructure, lack of the education infrastructure can be a problem. So simplified, decentralized, and secured exchange is very, very important for this part of the world for adoption. So that's where our key focus is in this bull run or in the next few years.
And what geographical regions or jurisdictions are you focusing on? I know you recently opened up operations in Dubai, in the UAE. With a VARA license, correct? Yeah. So what other regions are you like, where are your customers mostly located?
I mean, for 7 years, we've definitely seen the regulation coming into play, especially for this bull run. And then so our headquarters used to be in Australia, Melbourne, but most of our customer base was, have been in the Asia Pacific region. For a lot of like regions and countries that with regulations and then compliance that already out there available, we're actively pursuing and working with regulators. For example, we have the IMSB license from Canada, we have Austrac from Australia, we're also getting the final VASP approval from VARA, the UAE, and we also have a few licenses in Europe like Poland and Lithuania. But in Europe, it's like you can see, Europe is one country with so many small countries. Everyone has their own license, and so it can be quite a bit of a tricky. So definitely we're quite actively and progressively working with each region that with license available. And then with the emerging market, it's a bit challenging because the government can be a bit of, sometimes it's a bit daunting for them to really understand the technology and work with the regulations. But definitely this is our key focus, like moving forward.
Okay. So expanding basically wherever you can.
Everywhere, yes, absolutely, everywhere.
Okay. And what you said is, I've heard that yesterday as well from other people here about Europe being, I guess, one market, the EU, but at the same time it has like all these different EU members, so it might make it a little harder at the same time. But I did want to ask also, CoinW is one of many exchanges out there, centralized exchanges. So why do we need so many centralized exchanges in the first place? Like, what truly differentiates one from the other, besides these maybe jurisdiction-specific regulations?
That's a very good question. So when you look at the global crypto users, now I think we're hitting about half a billion user base, very quick, very soon. But yet I think we have, at least in the next 2 years, 300 to 400 million users coming on board.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, I think we're going to be there. It's positively, like, we're looking at, like, everyone start getting on board now. And then with all the newcomers and then the new joiners, like, where is the easiest one for them to really get access to cryptocurrency? Of course, centralized exchange. And then when you talk about, say, a billion users trying to use centralized exchange to get access to cryptocurrency, I think at the moment we still don't really have enough qualified exchanges to serve those 1 billion people. And as you mentioned, there's so many, but mostly 70% actually dominated by the number one, which is Binance, and then the 30% whatever scattered into other exchanges. But I think the whole landscape of that is changing. Crypto exchanges tend to be more localized and more compliance focused. And in that sense, you gotta have very strong focus, not just technology, but also like be localized, working with local governments and local marketing strategies, and then to work with local users, of course. So in that sense, I don't think we're even half there yet. I think with CoinW, we're looking at least double whatever our user base we have now in this year. And then even that's less than 5% of the total user. And then, so I understand there's so many exchanges, but still I don't think we have enough qualified ones.
Right. So we still have a long way to get there. Okay. So what is CoinW doing specifically? What can we expect from CoinW in the next quarter or a few quarters, end of the year?
Yeah, definitely. We're waiting for the final license and enviro license, and then we can start our UAE and Middle East strategy. That's a big thing for us. And then also in terms of the products, we still focus our strategy. We just focus on simplified product user interface, because we focus a bit emerging markets. So we are running quite a few exhibition track events globally, including Latino countries, Southeast Asia, Africa. And then so hopefully we can bring more knowledge and then less fear to the market, to the emerging market. So that's what we're trying to focus on.
I like that. More knowledge, less fear. Now, we just got off stage a little earlier. We did a panel on tokenization and how that helps investors. And I wanted to just ask again, for our audience now watching, what would you say are the things to look out for when it comes to this next bull cycle? And for investors out there who want to maybe learn more about investing in tokenized assets, they don't know where to start. Like, do you have any advice for them out there?
I still believe tokenized asset RWA is still early stage, and then it's really quite hard to navigate to really differentiate which one is a good project at this stage yet. So, for me, I will still rather focus on the infrastructure tokens rather than the asset tokens. For treasure bonds or, like real estate sort of tokens, I think institutional will probably have a bigger play in that. But for retail users, I'll rather focus on Andol, or for the Centrifuge, and then or Goldfin, all the infrastructure providers. And then those ones, I think they're going to grow bigger in this bull run.
Yeah, that's good advice. And basically, do your own research. Don't invest in just anything.
Good advice. No.
Okay, one last question, Sonia. Since we are in Paris Blockchain Week, I wanted to ask, is there any an important moment, significant memory in your life that you would like tokenized on chain as an NFT? So anything in your professional life or your personal life that you could make an NFT, a memory that you would make an NFT if you could, that you could share with us?
That question, I never thought about it. Yeah, maybe the day I had my son.
That's a good one. A lot of people say that, actually.
Changing moment for women, I think. And yeah.
All right, amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, for sharing all your insights. And everyone, stay tuned for more interviews and check out CoinW if you haven't already.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you.